It's
hour would be
G,
early.
And then underneath these.
I gotta get into
all
Falmouth.
these, it'll be like G1, G2, G3. So,
That was a fiasco. How hard it was because I didn't have water. So what they're going to do is take those tanks out. They're going to move the bridge down. Correct. So they have a longer extended boom from the bridge on the other side. And they can put that on that side.
Gilbert?
So we're not gonna receive any money from him taking tanks out, right?
You'd like to see us take the tanks out.
Tony Wall was out there,
So
he said Vince brought his
the
money.
truck they would have to bring in, like, they're gonna check on that company that's gonna do that. They might have to cut them out partially, or whatever, like the other said. Or just leave them as is. Sooner or later, we're gonna have to come out because it's just our material.
We can get about a thing deteriorate. Unless you're gonna be like Vince Gilligan, said, if there's been 100 years, they say just changes it.
Right, I mean, obviously. But I'm saying, don't really. But it looks good.
Four.
To get the one filter bit on the just get the
That
bridge.
should be done next week, and then we'll start filling. We're gonna run these 10 days before we do anything. We're actually gonna run over it. You gotta see how they would the first one's done.
A main man. How are you, Reverend?
All right, how's the family?
Good. Yeah, we're doing good, yeah. You know, bright side, it was nice to see everybody. You know, get everybody together. So, but yeah, we're doing okay.
I'm Mr. Ball.
Under 42. It's just my check.
I
Half of warnings.
I don't understand. That may be for major reasons.
G4.
Jeremy,
120, 122.
Probably.
It's 4:30 on January 29th. Could you stand, please, for the pledge of the flag and prayer by the clerk?
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dear Lord, we ask your blessing tonight on this council meeting. Grant our city leaders the wisdom, patience, and understanding to make the best decisions for our city and its people. Amen.
Amen. Please be seated. We have a roll call, please.
Yes, give me a second. Mr. Hunker.
Here.
Mr. Eshman.
Here.
Mr. Schmay.
Here.
Mr. Roby.
Here.
Mr. Harris.
Here.
Reverend Agnew.
Here.
And Mr. Schramm.
Here.
Full house.
Okay. In front of you, gentlemen, we have about 5 different sets of minutes. You have one from January 21. You have one from January 23, which is a special meeting. One from January 29 was a special meeting.
229s.
Pardon?
229s.
229, sorry. And one for a special meeting on the 29th of January, and another one on the 30th of January. With your permission, I'd like to bundle these under one motion, if you can do that. So I would accept the motion to do that. Motion by Mr. Hunker, second by Mr. Harris. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Under committee reports, Mayor?
I don't have a whole lot today. Of course, we weathered the storm so far this year. Salt supplies are a little bit low. Did we get another truck in this week?
We're gonna get one hopefully tomorrow morning.
We're getting hopefully a truck of salt tomorrow morning. We have a lot sitting up there paid for, but the state has first dibs on it, and they don't seem to want to let anybody else have any salt. So hopefully we don't get a lot of snow, so we don't run out, but we put down probably 300 tons so far this year. So that's a lot of salt. I asked Mr. President if we can go into executive session at the end of the meeting for contract, when that comes up, council would approve that. Other than that, we're just doing business as usual. Andy can update you on the water plant and that other stuff that he's handling down there. That's all I have, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mayor. Any questions for the mayor? Mr. Sutak.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Mayor. Real briefly, we're still proceeding with the upgrades to our water plant. Down there today for quite a bit of time. They're hopefully finishing up the first filter bed. Had to do a lot of work to that filter bed. Everything's gonna be brand new in there. They did put in the bridge that's what you use to wash the one filter bed. So we're hoping to have the filter bed done by the end of next week. We are going to put that back into operation once everything's settled in there and we put the median back in. We'll probably run the filter bed along with the other filter bed for about 10 days, make sure everything's working well on the new filter bed that's been refurbished and redone at 100%. Then once that's done, then we'll start draining the other filter bed, get it cleaned out, put all the median back in, put the new bridge in, and that'll be done. And the only last thing that we have to do once the filter beds is to get our ozone equipment in there. And then pretty much everything that we wanted to do with the water plant will be completed. So I'm going to say hopefully by May or June we should be 100% completed with all those things. And you got to understand we did a lot of work with that, the whole system, you know, with our pump stations, our wells, contact tanks, just everything. We redid brand new everything. A lot of our high service pumps are high service. They use less electric, which will help our budget. All of our pump stations, we put new motors, equipment, everything in there. They're high motor usage. The utility costs will go down on that. So the one thing that we did upgrade, which cost quite a bit of money, for the outlying areas, which would be this where our Sunset Heights is, we put a couple big tanks out there with generators. So out in that area, that's normally where the power goes out. If it does go out, it will be backed up by a large propane tank with a generator that's already automatically hooked in. Our SCADA system is getting pretty close to being completely all done and set up. Once the filter beds are there, then we'll be good for that. So pretty much everything that we wanted to do, we're doing. So hopefully here in the near future, everything will be done at 100%. And once we get that, then we'll have council to take a walk through and show everything that we did. I just want to say one thing, that when the plant was built, okay, if there was no means on how to take out certain equipment, when they put the contact tanks in, they didn't have a roof. They dropped them in, okay? When they put the bridges and things in, they didn't have a roof, okay? When they put the softer tanks and other things, they didn't have a roof, okay? So somewhere down in the future, and I don't know how that's going to work, since we refurbished the contact tanks and everything, somewhere down the road we may have to replace one or so. Don't know. Maybe we can do the same thing as we did this past time, but somewhere down the road we're going to have to figure out what we need to do and how we're going to, not me, but somebody's going to have to figure out how and what they're going to do. So that's what we're doing there right now. So hopefully for the next 10 to 20 years, everything will be good and everything that will replace it, okay? And brand new, everything's brand new. So, so hopefully everything will be good for quite a few years. And then in between that time, maybe the new administration, the new whomever, we'll maybe put a plan together to figure out how they're gonna do those things. And that's probably something that we should put into some type of manual stating these are the things that probably need to be looked at and whatever, so. Pretty much, we are getting some salt in, tomorrow. I'm hoping to get maybe another truck or two in on Friday possibly. So hopefully we'll be prepared for any snow we get here. They said maybe Friday, I think, Mayor, possibly. But please bear with us. You gotta understand, once that temperature goes down below 15, salt doesn't work very well, okay? So we're trying to get our trucks out there plowing, and we're gonna mix grit with our salt to let it go a little bit further so you get some more traction once the salt melts a little bit. So that's one thing. One other thing is council, police chief, when you passed the last resolution to put the police levy back on the ballot, which is a renewal, okay? It was delivered to the election board. I gave a copy of the certificate to the mayor. I gave a copy to the president of council, and I have a copy here if anybody wants to look at it. Chief, I believe I gave you a copy, so that'll be put on for the May election. So other than that, I don't have anything else.
Any questions for Mr. Sutak? Mr.
Yes, sir.
Harris?
Yeah, when you said that things that need to be replaced in the near future or in the future, what are you talking about? What equipment are you talking about?
Okay, that's a very good question. Thank you, Mr. Harris. When I say somewhere in the near future, you can refurbish the contact tanks and clean them and put new median inside that tank. But somewhere down the road, nothing lasts forever. I'm just thinking. I don't know what the life expectancy of any of those things. You know, you gotta understand, water's going in, you know, water's being in that plant, so water does have demographics of what they do with certain materials,
So
okay?
they're not being replaced now?
No.
They're just renovated?
All right.
We redid, did everything, they're pretty much like brand new tanks. But I don't know from now till 10, 15 years down the road, I don't know if it's feasible to do it again,
Okay.
okay?
Right.
But they're like brand new tanks is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So what we did expanded the time of their existence, okay?
Did you have an engineer come in and check this stuff out?
We will have an engineering company come in and check all these things, yes.
Did he tell you that the life expectancy for the tank and everything?
You can't tell what for sure that life expectancy is going to be. It just, you know, anything can happen to anything somewhere down the road. You know, but
Okay.
that's something that more likely, I'm gonna say, 20 years from now, we'll probably have to look at that. I'm pretty sure.
Mayor?
Thank you.
Mr. Harris, to answer your question direct, is yes, we had an engineer in, yes, he did look at them, he looked at the filter beds, he looked at the tanks, told us what needed done, we had a crack in the filter bed. We're gonna work on putting together a plan, and hopefully with the next administration in place and approved by council to, as Andy talks about the contact tanks, they were set in, then a roof was put on. We have room off to the side that we can build and put another set of tanks right beside it, plumb it right in, it's not very far away. So even though it's a major project, it's not a huge project.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other questions? Thank you, Mr. Sutak, for your exquisite updates on everything.
Wow. Thank you, Mr. President.
I'm going to skip over Mr. Regis. He's on his way back from a doctor's appointment. When he gets here, he can do his report. Ms. Yesso.
Good afternoon, everybody. Just a few updates. Andy received copies, but 8 properties were submitted to the land bank to be considered potentially for demolition for the city of Martins Ferry. That's one initiative. In addition to that, we've started to target or look at properties that have excessive trash, things that would essentially be a blight for the surrounding community. And we've started to issue letters on cleanup and sanitation in that area. And then finally, from a safety perspective for our fire departments and for our emergency vehicles, we're looking at alleyways that are being used by residents that exceed their property and are parking on public property that could prevent a fire truck or an ambulance from getting through the alleyways. And so we're going to be asking residents that historically have used the alleys, that we need to make sure that those are clear so that if we have a fire, if we have an emergency, our emergency vehicles have the ability to access those properties. So we'll be looking at every alleyway through just the eyes of the safety perspective. If we deem that alley to be too narrow for parking as well as an emergency vehicle, we'll make the motion to have a sign placed that there can't be any private parking. Those are my updates for now.
Any questions from Ms. Yesso? Thank you, Ms. Yesso. Chief West.
Yeah, first I did want to thank Andy for doing that. I don't know how to do that stuff, so thankfully he does. The levy is needed. I mean, we have it. It will not increase your taxes at all. It's needed for the salaries and just to run my department. So we are needing that. Also, I wanted to report that the hospital, we're having people breaking into it. They're destroying it. I mean, we got water lines getting taken out and all kinds of stuff. Our officers have cleared it many times. We had water breaks in it, had to call the water department out to shut the lines down. So what I'm asking is for any citizen or anything this gets to let us know if they see anyone around there. There's just so many ways in and out of it. And we've found so many different ways that they're coming in and out. But they have been in there a lot. The 2-hour parking, what we're talking about through town, it's 2-hour parking free, and we're asking that the businesses, if they do see a car out there that's beyond that amount, to let us know. We did have a couple businesses approach us about buying spots in front of their buildings, in which me and Andy, and we spoke about it and talked maybe get a price to where we could charge them like a monthly fee. So we did do it with one, and I was approached again today by another one. So we was hoping around $25 for a spot for a month, and each one's going to actually have 2 of them. So that would cover that. Other than that, snow removal, I mean, it's as good as it can get right now. I mean, we don't have any ordinances against people putting their snow out into the street, but we're asking them not to, just be neighborly. Hopefully, maybe in the future, we can maybe come up with an ordinance that would cover snow putting out in there. That's about it for me right now. Any questions?
Yeah, we do have an ordinance on grass going out in the street. I don't know why we can't add the ordinance to include snow on that.
Yeah, we have grass and weeds and
Yes, we'll get the
trash,
ordinance committee to work on that.
but not snow.
Okay.
I did speak with Councilman Schramm about no RC, but it's kind of something we got to talk about a little more on that. So that's about it.
Any other questions for the chief? Thank you, Chief.
Yep.
Chief Smith.
Good evening. Real quick, we were lucky enough to be awarded a $10,000 grant from Williams, I believe it's Williams Energy or just Williams. It's a gas and oil company in the area. That $10,000 was awarded for purchase of 4 gas handheld monitors as well as a calibration station. Those have been ordered and they should be in next week, so very happy about that. That builds onto the generous donation that the American Legion gave us last year, where we was able to purchase 2 new ones with this. That'll give us 1 new gas monitor on each apparatus, including EMS, which, you know, I really want to consider them for that as well, because they might go into a person down and unknown reasons and no CO monitor, and they could be impacted as well. So EMS will get 1 as well.
Any questions for the chief? Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
This brings us down to committee reports. Finance and audit, Mr. Hugner.
Yeah, February 2nd, we had a finance meeting, and it was to review the request, Chief had requested last year for an increase in his salary, and we said we'd revisit it, and we had a discussion with the finances. After reviewing the finances with the auditor, we're not gonna make a decision until he has the 2026 budget in order. He's still working on it. We don't really know where we're at. So the best thing we can do is to do that. And of course, the budget has to be in by the end of March. So we ought to have something in March to make a decision on. That's it.
Edit. Any questions for Mr. Hunker? Street, Mr. Smay.
No report.
Ordinance, Mr. Agnew.
No report.
Sewer sidewalk, Mr. Eschman.
No report.
Safety, Mr. Schramm.
Again, we had the safety meeting the same time, February 2nd. As well reiterated, it's in review with Mr. Regis right now, as soon as we get that update.
Okay, thank you.
Reveal what we come through the council vote on.
Okay. Cemetery, Mr. Roby.
No report.
Public Relations, Mr. Eschman.
No report.
Code Administration, Mr. Agnew.
No report.
Real Estate and Utility, Mr. Hunker.
No report.
Income Tax, Mr. Eschman.
No report.
Are there any other committees that need to make a report? Thank you. At this time, we'll come to the residents to speak. Hearing any citizen relative to any matter which may be brought before attention of council. The council has given you 5-minute time limit to address what you have. Are there any citizens that would like to address council? Please give your name and address, please.
Bev Reed, I'm an Ohio Valley resident. Council President Wallace, Mayor Davies, and City Council, thank you for the opportunity to speak today. I'm speaking on behalf of Buckeye Environmental Network, the nonprofit group I currently work for, concerned Ohio River residents, and my family and friends who receive Martins Ferry's drinking water. There are some new counselors here that I would like to make myself available to if any of you all would like to talk after tonight's meeting. Early 2021, this is when we first learned about the concerning operations at Austin Master Services. The oil and gas waste processing facility was located on First Street near the drinking water source. What started our quest and our journey was the alarming sloppy conditions inside. After the 8 years that it operated, there were many occasions when AMS was violating its permit. The facility had a persistently leaky roof, which ODNR allowed to exist for years before it was repaired. Staff were witnessed outside cleaning up the parking lot and public roadway with a bobcat and brush. Citizens worked on educating the public and getting stronger oversight continuously for almost 2 years. Despite the challenges and the state agencies downplaying concerns, we saw various successes due to our work. We feared that the owners would one day take in a lot of waste, rake in the money, and leave the mess behind. The oil and gas industry is volatile. Many companies file bankruptcy only to reorganize under a different LLC, taking advantage of the corporate welfare system in America that allows profiteers to pollute people and environments with no consequences. In fact, this is exactly what happened to the old steel mill. Little did we know that this take the money and run scenario would actually become reality. The Ohio Attorney General filed a lawsuit in March 2024. The state's #1 cop himself stated the exact things we citizens had been saying for years. The scheme to take in extraordinary amounts of waste was premeditated, all to maximize profits. Then, 1 week later in early April, the Ohio River flooded and water came up to the front doors. Another of our biggest fears had happened. On January 13th, Austin Masters was ordered to pay $34 million to the state of Ohio to cover the cleanup and regulatory fees. Martins Ferry has wound up being home to one of the state's most expensive civil penalty environmental lawsuits in history. Some questions linger as the building now sits empty and ODNR claims that the power washing was sufficient. We citizens submitted a petition in 2022 to Region 5 US EPA to investigate the site over the Superfund as part of the Superfund program, along with a RCRA division to address the hexavalent chromium and other toxic chemicals left from Wheeling Pit steel. This is something that should have been addressed many years ago. The investigation is a multi-year process, and now that the ODNR has completed its cleanup, the US EPA will take samples at the site, all due to our actions. We have a list of questions we'd like to share with the city, and my contact info is on the list. If you would respond to the questions via email, that would be appreciated. I'm just going to read a few of them now. Has the city asked for a site inspection sampling report from ODNR? Are you all tracking the US EPA investigation process? Are you communicating with the agency at all about it? The Times Leader reported recently the city has a production well that is part of the EPA's groundwater quality monitoring program. Would you share the information from that well, such as what's being tested for, how often, and is it a raw sample or not? The scale house area at the facility had some levels of radium-226 and 228 above double background radiation. This area is closer to the pumping wells than AMS. What can the city do to ensure the contamination is addressed? ODNR is not addressing that as far as we know. Will the city do its own independent sampling of the inside and surrounding the facility to ensure the building is not a hazard to human health, and since this facility is within the source water protection area? Has EPA updated the city's drinking water source assessment and protection report? The most recent one we've had is from 2021. How is Martins Ferry enforcing its source water protection plan, and has this been updated recently? The 4K industrial facility is being advertised for rent. What is Martins Ferry doing to ensure that the building is safe for future businesses and no activities will threaten public health or the environment in the future? Is the city going to do a fire safety inspection? Now that the facility is free of radioactive waste piles, and since it's up for rent, it would be wise to do it at this time. The rear of the building is particularly concerning as there are crumbling bricks on the facade and large holes in the roof and the siding. This is a structural integrity hazard. And is the basement of the facility still flooded with water? It was reported that 4K had disposed of 1 million gallons of water from the basement to EORWA in 2022. Is this an ongoing problem, and how will the city ensure the issues is being addressed? The source water protection plan could potentially be utilized here. And I'm going to give you all a packet of information. It's got some pictures of the holes in the building. It's got some communications between US EPA and 4K, the property owners, from 2023 when they were talking about the contamination left over from the steel mill. They kind of listed it all out, so please read that and inform yourself about what's going on there. And another letter from 2023 sent to our group from EPA saying that they're going to investigate the site. And I will make myself available to help you all with this, and just wanted to say that and extend that offer.
Is there any questions?
Are you saying there's a threat of contamination right now? I thought they cleaned that up.
Well,
The EPA cleaned, or Ohio Environmental.
so the biggest concern at this point is the contamination that's on the grounds outside of the facility. And so it's
They never did
within,
nothing with that?
no, not as far as we know. The ODNR
testing,
isn't
nothing at
addressing. I don't know if they've tested the outside of the building. They never have in the past. The ODNR says that they don't have to.
So are you saying there's a concern?
Yes, that's what we're concerned about. And I can
Okay.
definitely talk to you more about that. And it's actually in this packet of information as well that I have. It's a big document, but I can share it with you at some other time. It's a preliminary assessment of the site.
Now, did you have an inspector down there checking all this out, or did you go down yourself and check this out?
Not
Or
recently.
your information that you have here?
Well, this is information from US EPA.
Okay. That's what I wanted to know. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So I'll just pass this out really quickly.
There's a sheet on the floor up here also.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Anyone else?
Andy, did you check all this out? What she was talking about,
You can understand, like ODNR and stuff.
yeah, did you go down, do an
They're
inspection on it or anything?
They're supposed to do a lot of that testing and so on and so forth. The Superfund and the federal EPA, when they went into bankruptcy, I don't know why a lot of that wasn't checked to make sure that things were good or not good. I don't know what they did years ago. You gotta understand when we still went out.
Yeah.
So we don't even know what they did or what they didn't do at that time. You probably would have thought once they closed up that they would have went in and did all that.
Yeah. Did they keep in contact with you at any time?
I can't answer, I haven't received any
ODNR.
from EPA or federal EPA, or they haven't got mine.
Thank you, Mr. Harris. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Rob Reed, 701 North Lincoln, Bridgeport, Ohio. In answer to your concern, we found out on this journey that the EPA doesn't even monitor radiological contamination. It's the state of Ohio Health Department, if you can believe that. So anyway, Bev and I are residents of Bridgeport. I normally would not be speaking at a Martins Ferry Council meeting. Our water plant was shut down by the EPA over PFAS contamination. So we were forced onto the Ferry water system, so here we are. We became involved in the Austin Masters issue shortly thereafter. There are 3 entities involved with bringing Austin Masters here in the first place. A prior Martins Ferry administration, Brad Dimitrovich, the owner, and the state of Ohio. And all 3 share the blame for this travesty. The facility should never have been situated in an antiquated building in a flood zone. The rain fell heavily the first few days of April 2024. In 3 days, the mighty Ohio surrounded the entrance to the building after it had overflowed our well field. One more day of rain and the river would have been several feet deep in the building, full of expansive and uncontrolled toxic waste with unsafe levels of radiation. These are not my words. They're right here in the press briefing under findings of fact. So that is a fact. This is a travesty that should never have happened. This calamity in process was averted because the rain stopped and the river crested a couple days later. When the debacle was finally ended in 2025, it cost the state of Ohio $6.2 million to clean up. That came from all of us, everybody that pays taxes in this state. And that man absconded with lots of money. It's right in this report. In the state of Ohio, I don't know what they're doing about it. So when the debacle was finally ended in 2025, it cost the state of Ohio $6.2 million to clean up. The taxpayers, you can imagine how many potholders and disintegrating local roads and infrastructure could be repaired with that. The owners tried in vain to transfer the operation permit to another business. That's a fact. They wanted to make money on the transfer and dump it in somebody else's lap. So this guy he's a worm. But they were denied. I'd like to think that we had something to do with that. We went to an Ohio congressional hearing a couple years back with other environmental groups, and we successfully got a rule put in the state regulations to not allow these oil and gas facilities to set up shop within 1,000 feet of a well field. Now, you guys should all read this because it is damning what they did and what they got away with. I've highlighted some on mine. I'm probably running out. How much time I'll get, Phil? 2 minutes. Instead of complying with the February 7th, 2024 notice of violations, the defendants made them significantly worse. At a follow-up inspection on March 15th, 2024, the division observed additional piles of waste outside of designated areas. Sludge and liquid covered a majority of the facility floor. Much of the solid liquid waste was radioactive in nature. Finding of fact. Now, one thing about radium, it's insidious. It gets into the ground. Trucks ran through all that, and all mud from this stuff got on their tires. They went outside, and we took samples with one of our expert scientists and sent them away to Oak Ridge Laboratory down in Tennessee. And they came back hot, every one of them. And that radium's still in the ground around that building. They didn't dig any of it up. It's still there.
Did you send that report to the state?
Oh, they knew about it. It was poo-pooed by the state.
See, we're just, I don't know what we can do. I mean, I don't
Well,
know what
I'm
kind of-
just-
I don't know what kind of authorization do we have to do anything, you know? That's my-
We are here to bring up a little history of this and an understanding so that it can't happen again. We just have to be aware of what these people are capable of. And it's not pleasant. So the next time somebody comes in and wants to put a toxic waste facility in our town, I mean, I consider Martins Ferry my town. I live in Etnaville. And I spend more time in Martins Ferry than I do in Bridgeport. In fact, we went to the Bridgeport Council meeting to tell them about this, and they didn't like it very much. One of the councilmen was an ex-employee of Wheeling Pit,
Yeah.
and he started on Beverly, started yelling at her when she was trying to make a presentation, just like she were doing here. And it went nowhere. So I'm glad we got some reception here and we got this thing resolved, because
We have the same concern you do.
it's Martins Ferry, it's Bridgeport, it's Brookside, it's Adena, and it's Peace Township. There's a lot of people that depend on that water. Thank you.
Ms. Yesler, you have, the mayor, go ahead.
Mr. Reed, to answer some of your questions right up front, yes, we did change our water source protection and we pushed the level back. So where zone 1 used to be is no longer there. The rules for
I'm
zone,
sorry, I can't hear you very well.
the rules for zone 1 have changed on our ordinance. In our source water protection, we pushed everything back further. So basically from where the machine shop is in there right now, are you aware where that is? About the middle of the building. From there north, nothing can be put in there that has anything that has to do with oil. About the only thing they could probably use it for would be a warehouse or, something like
The
that.
problem is the entrance to that building is on the north end.
I understand
right
that.
through the well fields, and the rail lines go in there. If we're gonna put something heavy in there, it's all gonna go in through the north end, so we just gotta.
Chief West?
I agree with John.
Come on back. Come on back here. Thanks. No, I just want you back here.
Oh, I'm done.
Okay, thank you, thank you.
Damage in the army.
Is there any other citizen that would like to address council?
Thank you. The name is Richard Horde, 915 Virginia Street. First of all, I'd like to thank all the city workers that were responsible for cleaning the streets. I thought they did, as per usual, an excellent job. I mean, it's a very challenging time. Goodness, I had almost a foot of snow out there, and saw that they were on it right away and did an excellent job as per usual, and just wanted to say thank you. And I think, everything within the city, I know that the trash pickup was delayed because of the weather and all, but it seems like everything's back on schedule with that. I mean, they do an excellent job as well, so. Hopefully the worst of winter is over and it's downhill from there, but challenging times, not just for Martins Ferry, for the entire area and beyond. And I just wanted to thank all those workers that work so hard and, trying to keep us safe and everything on target. Thank you. Also, too, the parking situation in Martins Ferry, is it official now? It's in place as far as 2-hour free parking?
Chief
It is.
West?
You want to tackle that one,
It's
Chief?
official right now, when you park downtown, you get 2 hours free parking.
Yes,
It's
you get
it's
2
in
hours free
place.
parking. We're gonna enforce it more, like, once the snow's all gone, we can see a little better and everything, then the city's actually going to put lines. They can't right now just because of the conditions and everything.
Richard, we still got a lot of things, working with the safety director and the chief. We're gonna probably meet, we did meet, just discuss this, just preliminary, okay? We're in the preliminary stages. We gotta, once everything's cleaned up, all the snow, we're gonna sit down, we're gonna line off every parking spot. we're gonna get signs that'll say 2-hour parking, okay? And on all the meters. So that's all, we know what we need to do. Right now, we're stuck with the way the weather is to start the process to get this done. We just wanted to get it out there early enough so the people can hear what's going on, and they'll be aware of it once it starts. And we didn't want to just hit them and say, oh, we put these signs up, 2-hour parking, and now they're not sure what to do or whatever. So it's in a preliminary stage, we're putting everything together, and I'm gonna say probably, hopefully around May, when everything's pretty well, April, May, we'll start slowly putting this into play. You gotta understand, we have approximately 190 meters in the town, okay? So we got to get 190 signs made that we put on these meter poles so people can know where they are, the hours, and so on, 2-hour parking, and so on and so forth. So that's in the process. As soon as the weather breaks, we'll move quicker, okay? So everything, we're moving slowly. Then once it gets that nicer weather, we'll jump right into it with the safety director and the chief and his officers and our sign painter that will handle a lot of this, and our city workers will get that done, so yeah.
So for right now, no one needs to feed the meter?
Pretty much no, because some of the meters aren't working, okay?
Okay.
If they feed the meters, we appreciate it. But like I said, some of the meters are not working.
Sure.
Some of the batteries put in because of cold temperatures, they may not work until they warm up. It's just the way batteries work sometimes, but we're not enforcing that a whole lot, right, chief, right now? Okay?
Okay. Will the parking meters eventually be removed?
We talked about that, yes and maybe no. My opinion, we'll be putting signs on all the meter poles. Maybe we shouldn't remove them right away, because that's just my opinion, safety director. That's my opinion, chief, that maybe somewhere the new administration or whatever might want to look to put meters back into play. Once you take those meters off, it's gonna be hard to put them back in.
Sure.
And then you have to go and buy all new meters and so on and so forth. So that's not my 100% call. That'll be between the safety director, and that's the route she wants to go somewhere down the road. But I would think we would hold off for right now. Let's get the signs up, let's get it in working motion, and see where it goes from there.
Sounds good. Sounds like it's all moving in the right direction. Thank you. Also, just wondered, is there any update regarding the former Staffalino Chevrolet property? Because I know a few months ago they were working down there, but haven't seen or heard anything for quite a while, and I was just wondering if anything to expect as far as new businesses coming in, or haven't heard or seen anything for months now.
At one time, they was gonna open up a body shop back down there.
That's what I heard.
Since then, the power had been cut to that facility. I'm not sure about the main building itself, but where the section where the body shop used to be, the main power was cut to that facility. So to answer your question, I really don't know. I've not talked to Mr. Ferns, and my understanding is his boy is starting to play a bigger role in the business now. So to answer your question, Richard, I don't know.
I guess we'll just wait and see and hope for the best. Thank you. I know I ask this all the time. Any update regarding East Ohio Regional Hospital? It's like, haven't heard anything. Obviously, you know, things aren't progressing as it had been planned.
American
I was
ID.
wondering if there would be a
American
statement like
ID.
from Mr. Ramsey, said he had purchased the facility and all, and then months and months go by and don't hear anything, nothing official anyhow.
Mr. Horde, I think everybody knows that the chief has given us updates, the mayor has given us updates, and as soon as we hear anything, we will certainly let the citizens of the city of Martins Ferry know what's going on.
Sure, but like I said, there hasn't been an official statement.
Exactly,
by,
exactly.
So
Some of
just,
it's been under bankruptcy, Rich, and
Okay.
I don't know where that is. We haven't received, Mayor, we haven't seen any directive from that, where it's at. So once that's all done, I guess, then the state of Ohio will release that, or the federal government, or however that bankruptcy is actually going through. Once they release that, then we'll have a better idea. Are we gonna, is the hospital gonna be up for closure and sale or whatever? everything's kind of like pending right now until
I
it gets to
understand.
that point.
Just
The
wait and
steps
see.
that are gonna happen, Richard, are the bankruptcy judge will decide to release that property. Once that property is released from bankruptcy, it goes to the Belmont County Auditor, or actually to the treasurer. And at that time, Ms. Kelly's can put it up for foreclosure. And then they can put it up for sale. But that's the steps it has to take. That's a lot of steps before it gets to the city level.
Oh, I understand. Yeah, it had,
We have no control over that anyways.
it was documented that Mr. Ramsey had purchased it a while. I guess that's not the case.
I'm not gonna answer that one.
Okay.
I don't care for Mr. Ramsey or Mr. Johnson. So
I
I'm just
gotcha,
gonna
I
leave that one
understand.
alone.
Well, we'll just keep our fingers crossed and hope for the best. We'll do that. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Horde. Are there any other citizens that would like to address the city council? If not, I'd like to go back to Mr. Regis and let him give his report.
I don't have a whole lot of important probably on it. You know, I'd like to thank everybody, Melissa, and all the administration for that meeting and the committee. It was a nice meeting. I think we got some good things done. Don't have a whole lot. I just make sure we need to the pay report done, statement for the pay, and we also need the financial report. We need the motion passed at this point. I just want to go over one thing real quick. If you look at sanitation and water there, do not look at that right column. Go into two columns over there where you see that we're 39 positive in water and a little bit in sanitation. Because those figures, you have to put and I've been asked this question, that's the only reason I'm bringing it up tonight. You have to put the utilities in there. That's state law that you have to encumber all the utilities. You gotta do that so it sends it kind of like on a unbalanced look and it goes. But when you see those two figures in the left column where you're positive in the water and just barely off on sanitation, that's real good for sanitation after they had a three payday month and paid all the fringe benefits and everything, and plus all the, what do you call them, Andy? Stipends. So for them to recover that good, so, you know, these things are gonna recover better. January, get through January, and that's the way you look. I think you're looking real good. On another note, I'm gonna be off from tomorrow, probably till, I won't come back till a week from Monday. I gotta go up tomorrow, get the left cataract done, then I go up Tuesday, get the right one done. Patrice will be here. She got the power to sign everything for me. If anybody needs me, I'll be home. I'm just gonna take it easy with them, make sure I don't do something stupid and get something in them or something, because everybody knows me, knows I don't pay attention to doctors a lot, so. I'm gonna just take care of them and get that done. So if you need me for anything, call the house, but I'm just gonna be off those few days. Any questions? Thank you.
You said you needed a motion to pass.
The pay statement and the financial statement,
Okay.
just that you received them. And that's for those new on council, that's for the audit. They wanna make sure that those are presented to you monthly, and that's why you get them. It's for your review, and that was part of the audit that we had to do that. So we do it every month. So you'll receive those every month to review them. All you have to do is pass the motion that we presented them to you.
Do I have a motion to present this?
Anything else? Thank you.
Mr. Ashman,
I'll make that motion.
is there a second? Second by Mr. Roby. All right, let's do a roll call vote on these, please.
To accept the
Yes,
payroll
yes,
summary. and
yes,
the financials.
yes.
Okay. Mr. Ashman?
Yes.
Mr. Smag?
Yes.
Mr. Roby?
Yes.
Mr. Harris?
Yes.
Reverend Agnew? Mr. Schramm?
Yes.
Mr. Hunker?
Yes.
By that action, you've accepted this report. This takes us to readings of ordinances and resolutions. We have none.
No, we don't.
Thank you.
That's good.
All over.
This takes us to miscellaneous business. Under miscellaneous business, Mayor, you would need to go into executive session.
Yeah, we need to go in executive session for contractual negotiations.
Okay, before we do that, Mr. Schramm?
Let's make a motion to Note we received reports of officers and management, incorporate these into the minutes.
Is there a second to that motion? All in favor? Aye. Okay, we need a motion to go into executive session for contract. It's under 121.22G4. Y'all hear a motion to go into executive session? Mr. Hunker, Mr. Schramm, second. All in favor, you want to do a roll call?
Yes.
Yeah,
yeah,
roll
we
call
have to.
vote, please.
Hold on. Schramm. Okay. Mr. Hunker?
Yes.
Mr. Eschman?
Yes.
Mr. Smay?
Yes.
Mr. Roby?
Yes.
Mr. Harris?
Yes.
Reverend Agnew?
Yes.
And Mr. Schramm?
We are in
Yes.
executive session.
Okay, yeah.
Chief, Melissa, Joey, if you can stay.
I know that.
Yeah, yeah. Fire- That's why I wanted Joey and them to stay here, but we're still fire, but we can talk to Joey later.
It's that tracking case is right there, and the restroom right there for the park. And we can maybe find another place to put that.
Just put it inside the building. Cause it's not gonna be used for barricading all the time.
Yeah, if we can make it big enough and whatever, and do it the right way.
It's already big enough if you just.
Do I hear a motion to go out of executive session? Mr. Hunker, is there a second to the motion? Seconded by Mr. Schramm. Could I have a roll call vote, please? Thank you.
Okay, I'm sorry. Who made the motion?
Mr. Hunker, Mr. Schramm, second.
Okay, dynamic duo there. Hunker and Schramm. Okay, Mr. Hunker.
Yes.
Mr. Eschman.
Yes.
Mr. Smay.
Yes.
Mr. Roby.
Yes.
Mr. Harris.
Yes.
Reverend Agnew.
Yes.
And Mr. Schramm.
Yes.
We're out of executive session. And what's the pleasure of council? Mr. Hunker,
Make a motion to give the administration approval to go forward on the pool in the rec center.
is there a second? Reverend Agnew. Let's do a roll call vote on that.
Okay, Agnew.
Yeah. Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Hunker.
Yes.
Mr. Eschman.
Yes.
Mr. Smay.
Yes.
Mr. Roby.
Yes.
Mr. Harris.
Yes.
Reverend Agnew.
Yes.
Mr. Schramm.
Yes.
By that motion, you've let the mayor go ahead with this. Is there anything else under miscellaneous business?
Oh, did we do his financials? We did, didn't we?
Yeah. Mr. Eschman,
If no one has anything else, I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
is there a second? Mr. Reverend Agnew.
Easy.
All in favor?
Aye.
Would you stand for the salute to the flag?
It was Eschman and Agnew, right?
Yes. So much for a quick meeting, huh?